Just me and Cindy. Just wait for Cindy, sit down. Just wait for a few people to jump on before I go through it again. I did say I was going to pop on about 8:30, but I was, Cindy, stop it. I was waiting to see enough. I was waiting to see what was going on. So I've jumped on now. I've been having a lot of trouble with my TV. When I say Dream Team, it doesn't go for some reason. I've got to figure that out tomorrow when one of the support people come tomorrow. It's just a pain in the butt. As people know, because I mentioned it this morning, but I thought I'd mention it again for people that are joining the live stream and you're wondering, have you got a support worker today? No, I haven't. I do apologise, as I said this morning, about the support person I did have, but which left. I do very much apologise about the support worker, Cindy, enough. I do very much apologise for that. She had a family crisis, apparently. I'll just wait for a few more people to jump on so I can explain to the people that don't know. I was on earlier this morning. Must have been about 6:30, something like that. I jumped on. It was early in the morning. I've, as most people would know from the live I've done this morning, I was most of the time on my own because my father, unfortunately, yesterday my mother, as most people would know on the live if you watched it this morning, my mother had a fall and she cut her head open and they took her to the hospital for x-rays and that. We don't know what's wrong with her. My father also went to the hospital because he had pains in his chest here and there, and the ambulance officer said to him, better you come to the hospital with me because you could have a punctured lung. You never know, and that's pretty serious for someone in my father's age. So I'm just waiting around. I can't do much at the moment. I did think that I was going to have support today, but apparently I'm not going to have support. So I am fending for myself today. Unfortunately, it turns out that this week there's another public holiday coming up in May, which is the 1st. I think it's on the 1st of May. Or it could be the 3rd. There's another public holiday coming up on Monday. So it's another holiday. It's another day I miss out on me funding. I mean, this week so far, and next week, last week, and the week before, seems to be a really, really, strange week for public holidays and stuff like that. It really has. And I know a lot of people have been asking me, are you still going to... Yes, I am cooking spaghetti bolognese solo today, which you guys will be there with me on the live. I will take you downstairs later on and we will cook spaghetti and all that good jazz. We will get it done early, so then all I've got to do later on is heat it up and boil the water. You want to go down? Go down. Sorry guys, the dog is barking, so we'll just let her do her own thing. Yes. Oh no, your mum. Yeah, she's in the Gold Coast Hospital at the moment. We think in the Gold Coast Hospital or at Robina Hospital. I'm not quite sure which one that she is. We did have a neighbour come down yesterday and say, you know, stayed with mum a bit to make sure that she was all right before they put her in the ambulance, which was quite good. Yeah, I do appreciate that. What do you want to come back up here again? Come back up here again and sit. And as most people would know on the live I've done early this morning, you want biscuits as well. Hang on guys, dog wants a biscuit. As most people would know, yesterday I was home solo like I am today. Today I am home solo. There's no one with me. This is my dog and myself. My father's still in hospital. He was taken there last night with mum. They both went in the same ambulance to the hospital. The lady did say to me, her name is Danny Else, an ambulance officer, did say to me if I wanted anything, please phone 000 or anything if I need anything. But I did say that I'll be fine. I've got mincemeat in the fridge. I can whip up a bolognese. I'm quite capable of doing that. So and it give me good. You guys will get to watch me cut an onion. Now that will be amazing in itself. Pete cutting an onion. I mean, I know most people are going to laugh and say, "You're going to cut an onion, Big Pete?" Yes, I am going to cut an onion, and to get ready for the sauce. Sauce is easy. People think that bolognese sauces are very, very hard. They're not. They're quite easy to do if you know how to do them. I'm looking forward to doing the bolognese sauce because who knows, maybe my father might come back today. I don't know. No one has phoned me from the hospital to let me know what's going on. I'm not one that likes phoning hospitals and that because I get mixed up and I don't know what to say. Usually if my support people, they're here with me, well, that's a different story. We do phone up, they'll phone up for me and say, well, look, Peter, your dad's, he's had this done, he's had that done. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Most appreciated. It does go a long way for me. Thank you, because I'll be doing a lot of driving up and down. It does help me with the fuel. So thank you very much for the super chat. I do appreciate it, guys. I really do. Because, I didn't ask for any of this to happen. Just that my mother fell down and my father came. Hang on, Cindy. You got biscuits here you haven't eaten. My father came upstairs and said, "Oh, Peter, your mother has fallen down." And he said, "Oh, your mother's fallen down again," because my mother fell down last month. If you do remember, because Maddie took her to the hospital. We dropped them off at the hospital. And they stayed for about 10 or 9 hours in the hospital while Mum had a drip put in her arm. But the ambulance officer did say yesterday that she could smell alcohol, Mum's breath, and she did ask Mum how much she had been drinking, and Mum said not much, but Mum was like semi-unconscious. So I have noticed when Mum goes shopping in like places like that, she gets very, very tired and then she starts to drink, which for someone like Mum is no good for her. And we've been telling her this for her. I know she's 81 years old, she can make up her own mind, but then the consequences do come back to me and my father. My father now is a very sick man. He fell over a week ago and took the kitchen drawer out, and he buggered the kitchen drawer. And we're trying now to look for a cabinet maker to fix the drawer, because the people that Mum's you eat your biscuit first. The people that do look after Mum, that they're called. I think it's called the Church of Christ or something. No, eat your biscuit first. They usually help Mum with the carpentry stuff and send people that that do fix these things. But apparently the guy came out and said, "I'm going to have a bit of trouble getting runners for this drawer because this drawer is so hard." Cindy, enough. No, you eat what you got there. Enough. You eat those. You're not getting anything else. So anyway, he turned around and said, "It's going to be very hard for me to get runners for this drawer here because it's an old style drawer. It was made 15 years ago." That phoned up yesterday. They phoned up yesterday, as well as if I didn't do a live yesterday because remember my support worker went home early yesterday. Remember that, guys? Amanda phoned me up yesterday, the big boss, right? She phoned me up and said to me, "Well, Peter, enough, Cindy, stop it." Phoned me up and said, "Well, look, Peter, this is what's happening. I've got 2 new girls that are going to come and work with you." But apparently my other support worker, my other case manager, Harley, said, "No, Peter needs his team every week." So we're going to try and get... I do apologise about the comments, guys. I do struggle with my reading and writing. Tomorrow, a support person will be here with me. We'll have them for 3 days this week. They're going to read all your comments. We're going to do lots of new videos with new support workers too. I know people don't like seeing new support people and all that. You like the old gang. So do I, guys. But unfortunately, at the moment, there's nothing much we can do about it at the moment. So I have put in and said, look, I want my support team that I had, like for start, Maddie and the rest of them. We're trying to get constant people to stay constant, not new people turn up. Then we do videos. Then I've got to put videos in the list. And it just oh man, look, go down. Sorry guys about this dog. I do apologise about this dog, guys. It barks when it hears nothing. It's just one of those dogs, unfortunately. So I do apologise. Then of course, talking to you guys breaks the monopoly for me, as they say, because when you're on your own, like I'm on my own at the moment, there's no one here, and at the moment I'm watching the tennis because I've tried so hard to get on the TV the Dream Team Adventures, right? And the Dream Team Adventures will not come up on the TV. I've been trying and trying, pressing my button saying Dream Team, but unfortunately it doesn't want to come up on my TV, so I have to go off the phone here. That's why I've got my glasses on. And yes, I've got my jump box fully charged, so when I do go downstairs to do the cooking, at least then that is fully charged and ready to go. And you guys will be joining me for the live cooking. Enough, please. Sit down. Yeah, so you will be joining me for the live cooking, which I'm looking forward to doing. It is a bit strange being on my own. I've got to admit, it is a bit strange. Hello, welcome to the channel. It is a bit strange being on my own because usually I've got mum and dad here when the support people are not here, but last night was very, very hard for me because I was on my own last night, and it was same with me. It was a very, very I wasn't nervy because I had the dog with me, so I wasn't nervy last night when I went to bed to go to sleep, because I went to bed about 7:30, 8 o'clock, because the ambulance didn't leave till about 7:30, right? So I went to bed about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And I did doze off because I just slept because I was tired, so I did sleep. It was fairly amazing, but because it's a video upload, there's always bloody videos that I'm uploading on this channel. Hang on guys, I'm just going to be back in a sec. See a video. Last video's just been a video. Last video's just been uploaded now. I do apologise for that. So I've just done a video of me and Ali yesterday. Ali was a pretty strange person to work with, to tell you the truth. She's got ADHD and autism, and also, yes, she has got a 6-year-old daughter. She's separate. Is divorced from her husband. You know me, I give all the goss up. I give all the goss out. She's a pretty funny person to work with. Very, very highly strung sort of thing, gets upset very easy sort of thing, I found. I loved, it was good working with her, but she's the type of person who's got your back, don't get me wrong. She's a nice lady and everything, she's got your back. She's 36 years old for people that are wondering. She's got a partner that's 52 years old, but we won't go into that because I don't reckon he's the right fit for her, so we won't go into that. For me, it was very hard for me to sort of be comfortable because we were at the beach yesterday at this bit where we went to, where we're doing that live, as you guys would know, and I was talking to her, and all of a sudden, I don't know, she sort of got a bit weird. She went out the van and said, I've got to take this call. Then after the call, I said, well, we're going home. She said, oh, you don't mind if I leave early, a family emergency's happened. So I said to her, yeah, sure. If you got to go, you got to do what you do. And we phoned up the big boss, Cindy, sit down. Phoned up the big boss, Amanda, and we told her, well, look, this is what's happened. Cindy, sit. We phoned up the big boss. We told her, well, look, this is what's happened. And she said, okay, then fair enough. Is it okay, Pete, with you if she leaves early? And I said, yeah, sure. She's got to do what she's got to do. So she ended up leaving about 1:48 in the afternoon. And I didn't think nothing of it then. I didn't, Amanda phoned me up, was talking to Amanda, joking around with her, telling her about the YouTube and TikTok channel and stuff like that. Anyway, after that, the lady for the drawer phones up the carpenter saying, oh, we can't do the drawer because we can't find the parts, blah, blah, blah. And I honestly think that's what sort of, say when we triggered it off with Mum a little bit, with the fall and that, because he was so depressed about it. And my father's the type of person that likes to get jobs done and out the way because he knows he's got to put it on the market. And I said to him, well, you've got to phone up to the retirement village. I've been telling my father for months and months and months to phone up at the retirement village so they can buy there, right? And I could go and live with them, that they could probably put me on the deeds as well. So if anything happened to them, then I would have somewhere to live because I'm 54 this year. I'm nearly the right age. Sit down, Cindy. But my father is the sort of, as I said to the ambulance officer yesterday that came to take my father to the hospital to get checked over and stuff like that, I did say to them, my father is a very, very, very stubborn man, which he is. My father is very, very stubborn. He'll only do what he wants to do. Me to get him to go to the hospital and get a check over and do all the right things so that he was all right was sort of a mission in itself. But no, gradually he went. He did say to me, look out for yourself, son, close the door and lock it at night, which I did. I left the light on downstairs so people knew that I was home, but I was upstairs. I know a lot of people are going to be asking me, were you scared on your first night on your own? I wasn't really. I was very, very sort of happy. Not happy to be on my own, because no one likes being on their own, don't get me wrong. Some people do very much like being on their own. I'm the type of person that does like company, right? Company for me is very important. So I do like company and I do like being around people. Yes, it was like, how do you explain it? It was like being in a school camp. When you go on a school camp and you're away from your parents for the first time, and you go on a school camp and you're just hanging out with your mates and that, and you realise, I'm on school camp. My parents are not around. I can sort of, do Jack the lad. I can sort of, joke around, do this sort of thing, and it was very much like being like that when I was on my own sort of thing. But difference being is I was in the townhouse here. Hello, Izzy, how are you? I was in the townhouse here on my own, so it made me be more responsible. Made me be more responsible in the things that I'm going to be doing today, like my cooking and stuff like that. Cindy, enough. I have to be more responsible about doing that, how I'm going to cook it, how I'm going to do this and stuff like that. Because most people know I have my support workers that do come for me and they do look out for me and they're there for me when I need them and stuff like that. But when they're not here, well, of course, I've got to fend for myself. And, when they're not here, I jump onto YouTube. I do a few live chats like I'm doing now. And Yeah, to have you guys with me is a blessing. Without you guys, the live chats would be very hard for me to do. And I do appreciate everyone that is on here on the live chats. No, Izzy, there's no support people here today, unfortunately. There'll be the new girls, I think, starting tomorrow. One on Wednesday, and I think one on Friday. While Maddie's not here, and then we're going to try next week to get it all sorted, buttoned out the way. Because I said to my what do you call it? My case manager, Amanda, the big boss. I said, well, we need someone that's going to be here. You know, we need them to be constantly. I don't mind meeting new ladies, but I really want my people to be there every shift. Pete's shift. Oh, yeah, you're with Pete. Yeah, you're with Pete, sort of thing. So that's what the Dream Team is about. It's a team of us that are on the YouTube channel and TikTok channel, and we do our blogs. We do video and stuff like. Because some of the new ladies, I noticed, some of them they do get a bit. Cindy, sit down. Some of them do get a bit nervy about doing blogs and stuff like that, because some of them are not social media people. They sort of like to they're not, not everyone is a social media person. I mean, I'm a social media person because this is what I do. I do social media, and I put my videos out here on YouTube, and I put the TikTok videos, and I've got a Facebook page which people know. And here's another funny story, right? On my Facebook page, right, my cousin pops up. His name, Bruno Bacchetti pops up, right. I added him for a friend, right, and he disappears. He sort of wipes me. I mean, I don't know what cousin does that to you, but so it's pretty funny. He turned up on my Facebook page and then decided, hey, I don't want to know you, sort of thing. So it was quite funny in a way. So there was that happened yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty funny day. It was a weird day. It was, if I could put what happened yesterday into today's events, it was like yesterday was a day that had mixed emotions. It had a lot going on. I was happy to go down to the beach, drive the van down to the beach with the new tyres and the new shocks and stuff like that to give it a good test run. But it was a very hard sort of day. The support worker, she left early because of the family. Cindy, stop it now, a family crisis. And then, as you know, come on, sit down there. As you know, after that, then my mother later on, I think it was about 5 o'clock, 5 or 6 o'clock, something like that, then my mother had a fall. So, of course, that was pretty bad timing, that mum had a fall. And then, because my father, too, he didn't really want to go to the hospital, because it's only the ambulance officer said to him, look, we've had two calls, right? We've had one call about your wife and one call about you. You fell over. And my father, being a proud man, said, no, I'm right, I don't want to go to hospital. But I said, no, Dad, tell them about your knee that's sore, and here is all sore. And he said, but what about you? I said, don't worry about me, I will be fine, I can cook, I can look after myself, I'm not a complete, vegetable yet. So anyway, I said to Dad, you go and do what you got to do. And they took him, and I haven't heard anything back yet, so I don't know what's going on. I'm presuming, dog again. Sit down. I'm presuming he will come back this afternoon or tomorrow. I don't know. My support person will be here tomorrow, so we will find out tomorrow what he's got. Cindy, you got biscuits here. Here. We will find out here. There. We will find out today or tomorrow if my father is coming back home or if he's spending another day in the hospital. The trouble is, when you go to the hospital and that too, parking at our Gold Coast hospital here is unbelievably expensive. It's not cheap like people think it is. It's very, very, very expensive to park it. I think it's about $25 or something like that, and that's just for a day's parking. I mean, if you got to go to the Gold Coast Hospital 3 times a week, that's close to over the 100 mark. I mean, geez Louise, if you're on a pension, that would just about wipe you out if you were going there every day, wouldn't it? So I try not to go to hospitals for that reason. And the other reason is I don't like going in hospitals because, you hear about, COVID and stuff like that. And everyone knows the COVID is not quite over yet. People are still, getting sick from it. So I just don't like hospitals. I get very nervy and emotional when I go to hospitals and that. And I know a lot of people, would say, well, I guess we all do too, Big Pete. Me, I get more emotional than anyone else at a hospital. I don't know why. It's last time, and I will tell you guys. I'm not afraid to put it out there. I will tell you guys. When my mum was very sick, this was last year when she had asthma and pneumonia, right? She was in a really, really bad way. We did think that she was going to pass away, right? And then, sorry guys, I'm trying to feed the dog. Then I didn't have any support workers or anything back in the day. It was only that the lady, the head of the hospital, the lady there got me my support that I needed, right? And I was very, very, very much, say with me, appreciated in that, because without her, I wouldn't be able to be here and do what I do now, my videos and stuff like that. But seeing Mum again back in hospital less than a month and being there again overnight, when we don't know how long she's going to be there for, it does put a bit of a struggle on my father, because my father's 88 years old, guys. I mean, he's not young, and I'm hoping everything is all right with him at the hospital, and that he does come home and say, "Yeah, well, son, everything's all right." Because I know my father, the first thing he'll want to do is say, "No, I've got to go home and see how the boy is. I want to go home and see how my son is. I don't want to leave him any longer. He might burn the place down." This is my father. This is the way he talks. "I can't leave him too long. He might burn the place down." This is the way my father talks. He's got that strong accent, So, and yeah, it would have been good today if I had my support people, because I do want to put the washing machine on. I know a lot of people are going to say, "Can't you use a bloody washing machine?" No, I can't use a washing machine because my parents have always done my clothes and my washing and stuff like that. And so yeah, I have been most of my life babied. They've done everything for me. I haven't sort of been able to do much. Like, for example, and you guys will probably know, and I'll let you guys know again that have joined the channel that are new subscribers. 4 years ago, yeah, it was about 4 years ago now, 4 or 5 years ago now. 5 years ago, when I was about 49, I learned how to do my banking with my father's help. But I was now I'm in control of my money. I control my money, what I do with it, where it goes, stuff like that. For many years, my father used to be in control of my money, making sure that I was alright, looking out for me, and but I said to Dad, well, look, when you get older, I have to be able to look after myself and look after my money. I know most people say, Pete, I am a very easily led person. Now, I'm going to put this out there. I know people on YouTube are going to think, "Oh, you shouldn't have told us that." I am a very easily led person, but I have got a heart of gold. I've got a good heart. That's one good thing about me. I have got a good heart, and a mate to me is a mate. I mean, if I've got a mate that I see is in trouble and I can try and help him, not financially, of course, because I've only got enough for me to live on, and vet bills, stuff like that. But yeah, I will try and help him the best I can in that way. So yeah, it does make it. Cindy, there's no one there. Stop barking. This dog is in like guard dog alert now. So if it hears a certain noise, it will bark. Cindy, I gave you all these biscuits. Hang on, guys. I'm going to be back in a second. I just want to see what he's barking at. Here. There's no one there, Cindy. You're barking at no one. Do apologise, guys. There's no one there. I don't know who's he's barking at, but there is no one there. It's you know, these little dogs. I reckon they've got super sensitive hearing. If they hear a noise, they'll go and check it out, and they'll go and investigate who it is and what it is, sort of thing. And I think that's what she's doing, is having a look at it, because he knows dogs are pretty smart. They know when part of the family is not there, and they go out of their way and they go and investigate and see, well, you know, where is this person? Why isn't he here? It was pretty strange for me, because when I got up about, I think it was about 12 o'clock. Yeah, it was about 12 o'clock. I can't lie, 11:30. To go to the little boy's room, right? And I'm so used to seeing my parents' door shut, right? You know, because that's their bedroom. They go to sleep there. I'm so used to seeing their door shut, right? And I walked past it about 11:30, right? And the door was wide open. And I walked in, you know, I walked into the bedroom. Stop it now. I walked into the bedroom, and I realised that they weren't there. And it was a bit of a funny feeling to see that your parents' bedroom, there was no one in there. So yeah, I went to bed. I closed my door and tried to doze off the best I could. I did manage to doze back off about, I think it was 2 o'clock. I dozed back off at 2 o'clock, right? And I woke up again close to 4 o'clock. So I was quite happy with that. I know some people saying, oh, you need more hours than that, Big Pete, to sleep. Yeah, yes, you do. But don't forget, I wake up for the dog at a certain time. I'm going to have some more water, guys. I wake up for the dog at a certain time, so she goes toilet and stuff like that. So I did wake up early for that. And no, this is water, guys. Definitely not alcohol. I'm trying myself to just have one glass of wine a night with soda water. I'm trying to the best I can. Because after seeing what's happening to Mum, it's sort of, Cindy, enough. It's sort of holding me, you know, it's sort of holding me back too, and, you know, just realising. Mum's, you know, she has been like that for a long time. With her drinking and stuff like that. The reason why I put it out here, not to be nasty to her, don't get me wrong, there's no nasty feelings. Anyone in my immediate family that I live with, just you know, time and time again we've told her, yeah, don't do this, you know, but Mum's a growing lady, you can't tell her what to do. She'll go and do what she wants to do, and that's it. It's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You know, that's you know, that's an old saying. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make him drink. He'll drink when he wants to drink. It's the same as Mum, and it does sadden me to see Mum like this, go downhill like this, and you know, having all these falls and ended up with black eyes and cutting her head, and you know, because she's got osteoporosis, she keeps falling, she's going to break something for sure. And then after that, it's going to be, Cindy, enough. it's going to be sad. It's going to be sad times for her because she's going to end up in hospital. She's going to end up in, you know, maybe a nursing home where they'll have to look after her because she's too sick to live here. I mean, I don't want to see that happen, but you know, if it continues with Mum, well, something, you know, fortunately something will have to be done because my father too. He's 88 years old. He's got pain all the way through his body. And I hope to God, and I say this in a nice possible way that I can say it, I hope to God it isn't cancer. I hope to God it isn't, because that's the last thing that anyone would want to hear about their father. You know, I mean, and I know my father can be hard sometimes with me. And I know Izzy, yes, he does. You know, when I sold those rims, he did take the money. Yes, I understand that, Izzy. But, you know, in his own funny way, he does try and look out for me. He gave me $24 the other day to sort of help me out a bit, which was good, you know, loose change. He gave me $24. He said, here, this is for you. So, you know, I was happy about that. And he did go do the shopping yesterday, which I was grateful that he'd done the shopping before Mum fell over and he went to hospital. As I would have been. I have got meat. Before anyone asks me, I have got meat. I have got chicken. I have got a lot of food in my freezer. So I am right. I have got chicken tonight. I have got kuma chicken. I have got onion. I have got fish fingers I can cook. And before anyone says, no, they're not my fish fingers. And I can peel a potato. Before anyone says, can you peel a potato, Pete? Yes, I can peel a potato and cut it and fry myself some fish fingers and chips. Because I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what are you having tonight, Big Pete? Why don't you, you know, do the fish fingers and chips instead of the spaghetti for when the support people come? Well, this is true, I should have. But tomorrow I will probably do stir fry with them or something. You know, when they're here, because they will help me cook. And yeah, Thursday I will, you know, probably go and get a pizza or something. I mean, who knows? Friday there'll be another girl coming. I don't know what I'll cook. But we'll try and work something out. Maybe fish fingers and chips on Friday. And then me chicken tonight on Saturday, because if Dad stays in hospital for a couple of days or something, guys, well, you know, I do have to think ahead of what I'm going to be cooking and stuff like that, because I don't want to end up not having any food to eat in the house. So, you know, I do have to be careful what I'm, you know, plan ahead the next day. So, well, hang on, today I'm having this, I've got to take this out in the freezer so the meat falls out, or my fish fingers, I'll put them in the fridge, so then I know, yep, okay, they're ready to go for when I have my, you know, fish fingers and chips, so they're ready. It's not a nice thing to think about how much pain Mum really is in with the fall that she had. And I don't know, but I've been noticing a lot, guys, with my mother, especially my mother, and I don't usually talk about my mother a hell of a lot on the chat, like I am putting myself out here now to talk about her, but I have been finding out that since my mother was very, very sick the year before last, right, her memory has been getting a bit, worse sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know if that's because of she's got the Alzheimer's or whatever she's got starting with her. I mean, Mum's the type of person that doesn't really want to be checked over. If a doctor says, oh, you've got to go for a checkover, Mum will just say, no, I'm not interested. Yeah, just check me blood pressure, stuff like that's fine. But she don't like, you know, the full checkover bit. She's sort of very stubborn like that, and Izzy knows my mum is English, because Izzy's partner is English and Izzy's half English too. So am I, by the way, too, as guys know. I know people will think, oh, but the name Anglisakis, that's not English, that's Greek. Yep, but my mother's maiden name before she married my father was Taylor. So my mother's name was Valerie Ann Taylor before she married Dad. And of course, you know, when she married Dad, she changed it to Englezakis. Which is, you know, as you know, my father's Greek born in Egypt. For people that didn't know this, my father is Greek born in Egypt. And we're the type of family that is very, I wouldn't say we're a close knit family, you know, like in mum, dad, myself, that we do live in the same house. Don't get me wrong, the three of us do live in the same house. And I'm thinking with mum too, with her drinking more and stuff like that, I'm thinking some of that's really probably brought on to me, you know, starting to live my own life sort of thing. Because mum will know, you know, well, Pete won't be around sort of thing. And yeah, mum is getting older, and we have lived together nearly 54 years, coming up this year. So yeah, and Dad is getting older too, you know, and I know Dad had plans about, you know, he wanted to go to Melbourne to live, so his family down there can look after him. But I said to him, look, I'm not having it. If I don't want to go to Melbourne, if you want to go down to Melbourne to live, you go down there. I'm quite happy here on the Gold Coast. And yeah, I did say to him that because you know, as he knows, Melbourne is pretty cold. Melbourne is very, very, very cold down there, you know, and especially in the winter. And in the summer too, it's like four seasons in one day. It can be sunny in the morning and raining and then 10-degree drop. And then, you know, you're in your short sleeve top, whatever you're in. And then the next minute you're back in your winter pajamas, and then it gets hot again. And yeah, that's when down in Melbourne you get a lot of the flu because the weather is a funny sort of mixture. Like, I'll give you an example too, guys. Like when I was up here having a look for the house where we bought in Coomera, right? It's me and my father, right? We came for, stay with me, 11 days to have a look around. We sold our house down in Melbourne. This was going about nearly 9-10 years ago now. We sold our house down in Melbourne, right? And my father said, okay, you and I will go to Gold Coast and have a look around for a townhouse or a unit, you know, whatever. So we did. You know, we got here, Dad had the fan on, he didn't think nothing of it. It was a nice, beautiful, it was in August, temperature was, you know, warming up a little bit, you know, not getting too cold, not getting too hot, this perfect autumn sort of temperature, or spring sort of temperature, whatever. Anyway,